The only thing they could tell us originally is that he had a very serious heart condition, but they thought that there was a lot more around it. So the first month of our son's life, Joseph's life, really was around NICU life, a lot of fear, a lot of navigating totally uncharted grounds that we were thrown into the medical world. And looking back, really a lack of support. My husband and I are both educators, so we were really digging. I remember having the journal out, the questions. I brought a little, I recorded doctors' conferences just to try to piece together what was going on, and there were so many unknowns. We knew there was a heart condition, but there was this whole bigger picture, and there was a lot of unknowns, and it was a really scary time. As we began to advocate for ourselves and our child, we sought out different professionals and social workers to try to piece things together. But it was a lot of digging on our own and looking for support on our own. He spent 3 months in the NICU. And we grew to be very close and comfortable to the nursing staff there. And they were our support system. This was our welcome to parenthood. But still the information about, predominantly our son had a heart condition called cardiomyopathy. The information about what that meant and what the lifespan or what the interventions or what his life could look like was pretty limited until we started digging and finding different support groups that were related to that. We went home 3 months after that, again, probably even more scared than we were in the NICU because we're young, new parents taking a medically fragile child home. We went home with a feeding pump, feeding tube, a child's completely dependent on a feeding tube for nutrition, and a pulse oximeter, some different machines, and very, very little instruction. And we were terrified. What was truly lacking was support for us as parents. I do think our son was cared for very well, and I think a lot of the uncertainty we were feeling was because there was a lot of unknowns, and there wasn't an answer with what was wrong, what was ultimately causing all this. But what I certainly, looking back now is, and there's still a bit of almost anger there that there wasn't more support for us as new parents. This is your child. This is your new normal. This is your life. There wasn't many opportunities to just grieve the loss of what we thought our life as parents would be. And we were just thrown into that. But as parents, what would have been most helpful for us is if the primary NICU doctor at the time, or perhaps the cardiologist, had sat down with us and just been brutally honest and said, we don't know what the outcome for your child is. We don't know exactly what his condition is, and we're not sure exactly what's going on, but we are here and we are a team, and we would like to help you as parents to move along this path. And in hindsight, 12 years later, that probably would have been some of the best care we could have been given, that we later ultimately did find on our path.